All right, let's talk about tomorrow. If you care, it's 8 questions, 32 points. I want to start right here. What do I mean by 4 algebra questions at the beginning and provide a theorem? I'm not saying it's like or as easy as this, but I just want to make sure you are aware of the type of problems I'm talking about. So let's say I have these 2 lines that are parallel cut by a transversal. Let's say this is 3x minus 6, and this is 5x plus 20. My question might be solve for x, or maybe solve for one of the angles. So the first thing we need to figure out is, what are these angles called? These are same side, exterior. Now I got to figure out, what do I know about them? Congruent or supplementary? Yeah, right. You said same side, so it must be supplementary. So what I would expect tomorrow is, all right, here's my equation. 5x plus 20 plus 3x minus 6 equals 180. You solve it for x. Maybe have to plug it back in because x doesn't make you a winner. Might have to plug it back in to find an angle. Now, what do I mean by a theorem to justify? Well, why did we set them equal to 180? Parallel lines imply same side interior angles supplementary. That's what I'm going to be looking for tomorrow. All right. And yes, you got to have this. Because if you don't have this, that's not a true statement. Same side interior angles are not supplementary unless I have that. Okay, so I do need the parallel lines part in that. So that's what I mean by the algebra questions. Okay? All good there? There's 2 multiple choice, 2 random multiple choice about parallel lines. And then there are 2 proofs at the end, and I'm going to tell you what they are. First proof is, in the givens, it'll say lines are parallel, prove these angles congruent. All right, so if you guys are on day 4 right now, take a look at number 19 and 20. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so that's what I'm talking about. 19 and 20, see how I give you lines are parallel, prove angles. So that's proof number 1. Proof number 2 tomorrow will be similar to 22 and 23, where I give you some information, but I want you to prove lines parallel. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Those are the 2 proofs. All right, everyone's good? Can you stay on number 22 for me, please? I want to talk about 22. Just a reminder, because we haven't done these since Thursday. Tomorrow, when you're asked to prove a pair of lines parallel, first thing I'd like you to do is find the pair of angles that make them parallel. Okay? I'm not going to have a little text box for you tomorrow to write them in, all right? Find the pair of angles. So in this problem right here, if I want A parallel to B, anybody see a special types of angles formed by A and B that you could start with? Oh, if I knew these were congruent, that would make A and B parallel. Let's go, Zoe, start us off.
Angles 3 and 7.
Angles 3 and 7. If you could get angle 3 congruent to 7, they would be parallel. What's great about these proofs in your review and maybe tomorrow, that's not the only pair. Anybody else see another special pair? I could do 3 or 7. Or I could do, anybody will, but it's another pair. 4 and 7 because they're what type? Alternate interior. So maybe you can't get 3 and 7, but if you get 4 and 7, good enough. I think there's another pair up here. I think we came up with 3. 4 and 7, 3 and 7. What's the other pair? Oh, which one's in my, why am I playing? Oh, 3 and, no, we have 3 and 7. We have 4 and 7. What am I missing here? I think, is that it though?
1 and 5.
1 and 5, there it is. Thank you. 1 and 5, because they're corresponding. Yep. All right, so just showing you there's multiple ones. What's up, Ian?
6 and 1.
6 and 1. Yeah, I could go 6 and 1, alternate exterior, right? You guys are on fire here. Okay, so that's what I want you to do. Okay, before you start any of these, even the ones tomorrow on the quiz. Oh, I'm proving lines parallel. Let's get this angle congruent to this angle. Let's see if I can do it. Can you go back to the beginning of day 4 and cross out number 4? We don't do this anymore, so you can cross out number 4. I will allow you to move around and work with other people, but here's the condition, though. You have to have Chromebooks open to the answer key. All right, I can't watch students do the problems and not know if they're right or wrong. So make sure you have a Chromebook out. Where's the answer key? It's under the homework answers, day 4. Final thing before I let you go, and this is the biggest one. when you get to the proofs, look at proof number 19. It's got 16 darn angles in it. 16. I did it one way on the answer key. Whatever I see first, that's what I write down in my statement's reasons. It will be highly likely that you'll do it a different way. And I want you to call me over and let me check it. All right, so if you don't do it the way I did it on the answer key, boom, hand up. Can you check my answer, see if it's correct? Because it probably is. All right, there are multiple ways other than my answer key on how to do the proofs. Any questions before I let you go? Okay, again, have an answer key open for me, please. All right, you guys go ahead, work with whoever you want, separate, call me over when you're ready for those proofs.